collection of stuff that happens if I run low on deuterium, because it is deuterium that I use to power most of the outposts, like with smaller versions of this. So I've decided I'm going to start having more resilient or self-sufficient deuterium outposts. So this deuterium outpost has 2 gigawatts of deuterium production via particle colliders. Technically, you can be a little bit more efficient than using particle colliders by using fractionators, but they take up a lot of room and they're annoying to set up. These are really super easy. Each row of 15 particle colliders handles a full row of Mark III belts. Basically, they consume, so we got 15 particle colliders, each consuming an average of 2 per second, so that adds up to the 30 deuterium, or excuse me, the 30 hydrogen per second on each of these belts. And they produce each 15, basically 1 per second on average of deuterium. So we get a half belt of deuterium coming back and a half belt coming back on this side. So 2 belts of hydrogen converts into 1 full belt of deuterium, which I just bring back on the edges and dump back in here. These are extremely power intensive. Each particle collider while working is 12 megawatts. That adds up a lot when each of these rows is 15 long. So we have about 2 gigawatts in total here. So I'm going to be placing these deuterium outposts right next to gas giants on basically the gas giant's moon. And the moon has, the gas giant has 40 orbital collectors on it. And the hydrogen grabbers are set up. We have several things here. So first of all, these things that collect the deuterium from the particle colliders also grabs hydrogen remotely and locally. Locally is an important thing. We have these extra 4 interplanetary towers basically going out and grabbing extra hydrogen, kind of buffering it up here. If we don't do that, then we can run into a weird situation where we don't have enough vessels just for the local hydrogen grabbing, especially when all the particle colliders are running, and especially when the deuterium is being removed from the system. Okay. And these 4 kind of buffer towers are also used to buffer the outgoing deuterium. We buffer them here basically to make 40 extra vessels available for export of the deuterium, probably back to the main system, which is Rafflecopter. So we can see we actually already have quite a bit of traffic going to Rafflecopter, so that's probably deuterium exports for the most part. And this is just a fresh outpost, so I'm actually kind of surprised to see that. But when we increase deuterium consumption on Rafflecopter system, that traffic will be pretty heavy actually. So why is this self-sufficient? Well, I went ahead and set up deuterium fuel rod production. We only have to import titanium rods or alloys and these, what are they, supermagnetic coils or something? Supermagnetic rings. A fuel rod only requires 1 of these and 1 of these, so you can just import a bunch and just basically have a nice buffer. And then these produce, and I am simply using one of these towers to basically store the excess. If we look here at the Alkyone system, you can see how much is being consumed. So this is actually not great. It looks like I'm consuming too much, so I'm going to have to actually add some assemblers, which isn't the end of the world. Go ahead and just do that now real quick. It's going to be kind of a little bit awkward. Let's just do it here. under there. Good enough. And we need an output. Just dump it in there. These should work just fine. And should be working now. One annoying thing is we're going to need some more deuterium output, I think. So, I think I shall do it like this. That should work. This demands local deuterium, which we have an infinite supply of, and each fuel rod takes, I think, 20 of those, so we have to dump some extra in there. So now that will be more than enough to get our production up. So we basically doubled our production, so the production rate should be capable of around 300 per minute, and I think the most we can possibly consume here is probably around 200. So that will be good. Basically, we'll build up a massive buffer of rods, 10,000 of them, essentially for free as well, since we have like infinite deuterium on this planet. So we're just basically consuming deuterium to produce deuterium, and it's pretty clean. This is emergency power, where we're actually just consuming hydrogen, just in case I need to come here and rescue things. It's just really super annoying if you show up and all the deuterium is gone or whatever. So this is just emergency power production. These I'm not using anymore. So that's all those are for. Those aren't actually doing anything meaningful. But if all the power goes out, you can jumpstart things quicker if you just have some basic power. And since we have infinite hydrogen in this system, those will always be running no matter what. Probably. Okay. Also, I guess the final thing is some of that we're going ahead and buffering. So if we just, so long as we are producing more deuterium than we need, these will just gradually fill up. They're actually only filling up with one full belt coming from 2 of these towers. So it'll fill up real slow, but basically what this does is nearly guarantee that we'll always have a full belt of deuterium going into here. And when it can't go into there because it's full, it just stacks up in these things. It's a little bit annoying in that it kind of hides the fact that something is wrong on my outpost if it keeps sending deuterium back, but I'll be surprised if this outpost goes down. The next step in making this more self-sufficient would have been to actually create titanium alloy and supermagnetic rings on site. But that requires a lot of infrastructure, and I'm not going to do that until we have blueprints. But when we have blueprints, I might like to do that. It'd be pretty nice. But for now, absolutely not. Okay, there's your tour of the deuterium outpost. I intend to roughly duplicate this several times. It's going to be necessary because each of these rockets that go into the Dyson sphere consume essentially 80 deuterium via the 4 deuterium fuel rods. So we need a lot of deuterium. I mean, just one rocket is nearly 3 seconds of full deuterium Mark III belt. 1, 2, all right, 0, 1, 2, 3. So it's basically those 2 belts for that time. That is a lot of allocation just for one rocket. So we're going to need a lot of these in order to really build up, I think. And yeah, blueprints will be really nice for this, big time. In fact, when blueprints are available, if I can do large blueprints, I would blueprint all of this and a more organized structure of this stuff, and including the power plant probably. And pretty much all I'd one thing I would have to bring to a new planet would be whatever these things are, foundation, just to clear out the area so I could plop everything down. I don't know. I might break it into modules, like Module A for production, Module B for all of the interplanetary logistics, C for power, maybe just the 3. Oh, D would be fuel cell production. So yeah, the blueprints would be pretty nice. But it's nice to do it manually for a while just to figure out the right setup. So it could be better, but this is actually very, very good. And it does not rely on any deuterium from outside the system, which is unique because every other outpost that I have requires external deuterium. So I actually had a Deuterium Crunch, which we can see in these statistics, and it threatened to shut down all of my outposts. So let's go to Deuterium. Let's see if we can find this on 10 hour. Okay. So probably this is where it really started. Whatever I did here, you can see the orange is taller than the blue, and the blue is a straight line, meaning production was maxed out. And here we can see how much, okay, what's the right way to read this? So basically this was taller than the blue, which means it was consuming my buffers. And that flat line there is the same height as this flat line. And I think that means that's the maximum production, or maximum consumption, which was clearly taller than the maximum production. So once I hit that, and I think that's when I turned on a massive amount of rocket production for the Dyson sphere. That ate my buffers, and the fact that this wasn't no longer a straight line, that just is because there was no deuterium available. And that means fuel delivery to my outpost was not working. And so I noticed it around here, probably. And I started making major plans, gathering materials in order to ramp up the deuterium production. So I think we're now in a situation where I think my buffers, like the interplanetary transport buffers, are completely full, and the only buffers that are building are the trickle into the fuel storage, the liquid storage, which is just one belt, so it's basically nothing. Kind of a little confusing that this was flat and then went up here, but I think the new flat line will be right at the tippy top there. But it's hard to keep it up there because my buffers keep getting full, which is exactly what we want. So, long story short, this blue here is only a little bit taller than this orange here, which means I need to build more deuterium outposts before I ramp up consumption of deuterium. But the good news is we can now produce rockets at max rate without fear, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so this is reaching down to here, which is where it was flat here, so I think we're good. I think the only reason the blue isn't higher is because the buffers are full, which we can just kind of check here. So here's their quadruple buffer, 10K, 10K. So these are all 10K, those buffers, and then these are not 10K. Those are exporting locally to these, and then occasionally these are exporting. Actually, they're exporting to the output buffers there, but they're also exporting to here because this has local demand only, and that's going into the fuel rod production. So some of that is going into fuel rod production, of course. We're up to 2,000 out of 10,000 fuel rods. Now, these... Wow. Actually, we have 3 vessels. Nope, those are getting hydrogen. So I guess it's going into fuel rod production for the most part. It's kind of hard to... Oh, no, that's not true. We know that we're exporting to Rafflecopter. Where's Rafflecopter? Right there. So we see 1, 2, 3 vessels, 4 vessels at least, right now. So that would be deuterium exports. There's nothing else that would be exported. Possibly hydrogen, but very unlikely. So some of the buffers are full, but not all. Let's check this. Okay, so it looks like we're producing at full speed here, 1.9 gigawatts. I need to add a little bit more power plant action. Just a little bit. It's too close. We're going to add 2 more rows. Should improve things. Give us a little bit more power buffer. Yeah, see our consumption spiking over 2. So that was a good thing to do. I'm going to do 1 more row just in case. Okay, good enough. Okay. Just doing a quick health check here. So this is, where are these going? We can just like look visually. Some are going over there. Actually, it's hard to tell because we have hydrogen coming in and we have deuterium going out. But it's obvious that yeah, it's kind of going to both. Probably hydrogen is being yanked out of here. Yeah, because the deuterium's not being loaded. So the deuterium is going to fuel production, fuel rod production, which is temporary. And then hydrogen is coming in from there. So we have quite a bit of deuterium. So that one's full, and these are partial. And yeah, these eat it up pretty quick because each fuel rod takes 20 deuterium. And when this gets to 10,000, then that stuff just straight up buffers up. It wouldn't be the worst idea to do remote supply if we had more production locally. But I would want to do it in such a way that we always had at least like 5,000 deuterium fuel rods local that could not be sent away. But we would need more production to do that. That way we'd have a more decentralized, basically every gas giant system would have deuterium fuel rod production. So that would be pretty helpful. Okay, let's check out the main system and check out those rockets. Oh, no rockets. Why no rockets? Do not know why there are no rockets. It's only Dyson swarms. I don't think, yeah, there's a problem with rocket production. So I was going to end the video, but I'm going to go check out why rocket production is halted. I did just consume about 50,000 science. I'm sure that wasn't helpful. They do use a lot of deuterium, but I should have plenty of deuterium now. Oh, I don't think I turned rocket production off. I probably should have while I was fixing deuterium. Okay, let's go here just to confirm. No rockets. Okay, rockets come out of here, and we have none, so we need to go to the smelting planet, I think. Actually, I wonder if it's the factory planet. Okay, hopefully rockets are being made here. I don't think I put rockets on my notes. I think I made them wherever solar sails are made. Heck, no, that's the antimatter stuff. Processors. Ah, rockets. What's wrong with you? Deuterium fuel rods. Okay. Probably I'm actually bottlenecked on deuterium fuel rod production. Just not enough factories. But I simply would not increase that until I create more deuterium. So I think we'll see. Oops, I thought that was deuterium fuel rods. Let me check my notes. Okay, that's on the parts planet. Okay. Here. So I think we will see plenty of deuterium, but that we are actually assembler constrained. That's my hope. Looking for green. Next playthrough, I'm going to organize this stuff a lot better. Color code things on the ground anyway. So I don't have to get tired of looking for stuff. They did a pretty good job in the game though, making things different colors. Nope, that's strange matter. What was that over there? Probably not a huge factory. Okay, silicon. Stuff every green. Was this strange matter? Strange matter. pretty funny if it's not actually being made on this planet. So let's check over here. Probably wouldn't be over here. Copper. Science. Must be on the other side. Here's green. More silicon. Lots of silicon. You. Is this it? Okay, we got it now. So so we got a lot of fuel rods in there. What the heck is going on here? So it's local supply, remote supply. And we're building rockets. Planet, and they were low on deuterium. So this has deuterium available, but it's like it's not being used. We have quite a bit buffered up, and let's confirm deuterium. This feels like it could be a bug. We have plenty of deuterium coming in, and we're not constrained by anything else. So why aren't these going out? Transport range is fine. Warp is fine. Local supply, remote supply. I've actually just forgotten which planet. Okay, let's go back to factory. Rockets and check why it's not importing the deuterium. My science hasn't moved in a while either. I've got some problem. Some other problem. Wait a second. I've got plenty of deuterium. Did I just view that wrong? I thought I saw one up here that had no deuterium. Ah, this one. Is it because the belt's really... Why is there no deuterium there? Yeah, that makes some sense. There's no reason both of those. I think that is a bug. So that one's gone. What's wrong with this one? What's wrong with that one? These, even though I don't have processors for some dumb reason. I should have tons of those processors. I don't know why those weren't picking up the deuterium. There's just some of them. I'm guessing those will work better now. Okay, why do I have no processors? Processors, I think, are made here. I have plenty of those, and the other thing they need is plane filters. which I need to, where's my notes? Here? Plane filters. Is that what they're called? I don't have it on my notes. So rockets are produced here. Wait, I think I did have it on my notes. Let's see. I don't know what they're called, but I'm just calling them rockets. Oops. Plane. There is no plane. I think that's on the other planet. Let's double check real quick. I can check quantum processors here. I think they're done here. Plane filter might be the largest factory. Look at parts. Yeah, well, I guess those aren't done here. Okay, we'll go to the parts planet. Alright, we look for plane filters, because I'm pretty sure that must be the bottleneck for quantum processors. Here is something. Quantum processors. Plane filters are empty. So we have a massive plane filter factory, even bigger than quantum processors, I think. Here they are. I'm just going to go on forever. Which way are these belts going? Oh, let's see. We're missing titanium glass. That should be impossible. I have a lot of titanium glass production. I'm not sure if it's completely empty or remote demand, local demand remote storage. So we must be producing titanium glass here. Quantum processors. I'm looking for blue glass. Here's regular glass. Wait, we could be low on regular glass. No, we're not. Okay, good. Okay, here's our titanium glass. Okay, so it looks like our output's going into here, and obviously we just don't have any. We have iron ore. That's being used for something else. Here's our inputs. Just at a glance, it seems that we're out. What the heck is going on? Are we out of water? Remote demand. I don't remember where I get water from. Well, that's an easy fix, I guess. Remote demand, local supply. Oh, that means my water outpost must have run out of deuterium. Be my guess. I think it's just going to be easier to go and fix that if I can figure out where it is. Okay, ocean type, none. I probably did it inside this system. Ocean type, none. Ocean type, lava. Not super helpful. We got a factory planet here. Ocean type, sulfuric acid. So I probably did it on the most close by. I feel like I would have called it H2O or water or something. Water, there it is. Okay, we're going there. Let's go fix this. Let's go by our hub and pick up some pumps. Where are my lasers coming from? There they are. I'm going to pick up some pumps on our way out. So basically water stopped my rockets. And actually probably deuterium. That's a side effect of the deuterium crap I was dealing with. Okay, let's get out of here. Whoops. Oh, autosave, that's not helpful. Yep, power. And deuterium was the problem. Okay, that's annoying. So let's throw some deuterium in. Start some things. Add some more power. See, by not having backup power, the sorters couldn't run to put the deuterium into the power plants. And I did not bring any alternate power. If there's any coal nearby, we can do some alternate power. I'm not seeing any. Won't worry about it. Instead, that means some of my other outposts are probably screwed up. Lack of item. Crazy how slow that goes. Okay, oops. We'll do this. How much power do I have now? Increase this a bit. You can see stuff is desperate for the water. Since these vessels are going to be used pretty heavily, I want to crank this up. Extra power. Good. I feel like we don't really need that much water. It requires 2 per glass. And this is coming in pretty fast. This is about 3 full belts. I guess I should add a little bit. I was just planning on giving a tour, not fixing problems. Okay, we're caught up. than that, I wonder if we already have rockets now. I wonder how quick that happens. Not yet, but soon. Boy, that's annoying. Yeah. In the next playthrough, I've got to do better with my power out outposts. I need self-sustaining. What I probably need to do is just get pretty aggressive with solar panels. I think that's my blunder, is every outpost must have an entire equator full of solar panels, period. Except for Spiniform, which is under the ocean. Man. So let's go check this place. I probably just have to go tour all of my stupid outposts at some point. See which one's running low on power. My power strategy is stupid. This one. See, this one still has power. I don't even know what's happening here. Oh, I actually think I didn't actually do anything here. Okay, what else do I have? Oh, those are nonsense planets. Yeah, let's check these 2 planets and I'm logging out. Out. Coal, probably. And power is fine. No problems here. Okay. Better check the other one though. F is what? Fire. It's running. It's good. I need to get more aggressive with that crap. That's for sure. Okay. Is there any other must checks in the area? Probably this one. Gonna log out over there. Need to check a few more outposts. I mean, even my science ground to a halt. Rockets and science all ground to a halt because of deuterium causing a water shortage. Ocean check storage. This is not a great time for it, honestly. What's that flashing for? Missing items. Alright, probably fine here. Which one do I got here? Okay, that's the tour / fixing of everything.